Big glitter of hope for this Rams franchise. You know what? Well, I'll get to it afterwards. Let's get to the sports and the highlights and all that. Post-game reaction. Good morning, Jason Lamar.
And good morning to you, McGraw. Yes, the Rams, they surprised the Saints yesterday at the Edward Jones Dome. 27-16 was the finals. This one got out to a 17-0 lead for St. Louis. It was 24-3 at the half. A couple of early interceptions for Drew Brees. The Rams also with a successful surprise onside kick. They get it back. They kick a field goal. That was in the second quarter as the Saints with some late magic they tried. Drew Brees, a 1-yard touchdown scamper. Then he finds Marcus Colston for a 5-yard TD pass as well. Made it 27-16, but could not do anything after that as the Rams pick up the 11-point victory. They improved to 6-8 on the season. They really got to Drew Brees all day. 2 interceptions, a fumble. They sack him 4 different times, 2 of those coming from Robert Quinn. 2 sacks on the season. Boy, he just continues to have himself a great year, perhaps even a defensive MVP, says his teammate Chris Long.
Yeah, in my opinion. There's a couple other guys in the league maybe that deserve to be in that conversation, but in my opinion, he's got 15 sacks, probably 10 forced fumbles, I don't know, on a team with a losing record. There are guys on teams that are constantly playing with leads, and a ton more opportunities than he has, and are not doing the numbers he does. He's just flat out dominant.
Not quite the 10 forced fumbles. He has 7 on the season, but still leads the NFL in that category. As a final home game for the Rams will be next Sunday against Tampa Bay as the Bucs come in at 4-10. That kickoff will be at noon as they come in at 4-10 because San Francisco clobbered the Buccaneers 33-14. Seattle embarrassed, and I can't stress that enough, embarrassed the New York Giants 23-0 yesterday as the Giants had 5 interceptions thrown by Eli Manning and were shut out for the second time this season. Arizona needs overtime. They beat the Titans, though, 37-34. Every team won in the NFC West yesterday as Arizona improves to 9-5. They're actually on the outside looking in for the playoffs as San Francisco there at 10-4. They hold that last playoff spot. Pittsburgh, a 30-20 victory over Cincinnati on Sunday Night Football. And, of course, another team the Rams fans always watching, the Washington Redskins. They get a late touchdown with 18 seconds left. They trail Atlanta by 1. They're going to go for 2 and the victory.
This is it. Cousins takes, looking right, flush to the right, scrambling, fires, deflected, incomplete. Incomplete, and the gamble does not pay off. Now the Redskins will fall for the 6th straight week.
That was the call on ESPN 980. So Washington falls to 3-11. That means the Rams, who have their first-round pick, would have the 2nd selection in the NFL draft right now. Rooting for some more Redskins losses the rest of the way. Last night, Missouri was taking on Western Michigan right here in the Big 550 KTRS.
2 seconds to play. Klein to the left side at the buzzer. An air ball, and Missouri goes to 10-0. 7,000 on hand. Missouri wins it. 66-60 over the Broncos of Western Michigan.
Mike Kelly there with the call. The 6-point victory. Jabari Brown with 15 points as the Tigers, you heard it, 10-0 on the season. Next up, the bragging rights game. That'll be down to Scottrade this Saturday against Illinois. And the Cardinals, according to multiple outlets, have signed Mark Ellis to a 1-year deal. Hit 270 in 126 games last year with the Dodgers. He's a career 265 hitter, primarily plays second base. Hits from the right side. Nice compliment, little competition there with Colton Wong, who hits from the left-hand side of things. And Jameis Winston wins your Heisman Trophy, the youngest ever. That announcement came on a Saturday. Sports brought to you by John Beal Roofing from the KTRS Sports Desk. I'm Jason Lamar.
Here's my problem with Rams fans and people who cover the Rams and everything else. So coming home from the game yesterday, I was listening to the Rams postgame show on the radio. And people calling in, and even the hosts are like, okay, the Rams are back. The Rams are going to the Super Bowl. The Rams, all they need is one more piece to the greatest. They could be the single greatest team ever. I mean, they have just decimated the Saints.
There's got to be hyperbole in that.
Right. And then when they lose the game, they're like, you know what? The Rams are the worst. They need to not be in the NFL anymore, and everyone needs to be fired, and this is atrocious. And it's this highs and lows. I mean, the Rams, they're an average team. They're an average NFL team. They have some injuries.
They're below average. I mean, they haven't had a winning year in 10 years.
But I mean, this year.
This year, yes, average, very average.
They're going to be 7-9. They're going to be 8-8. right? They're going to be right in there. What are they now? 6 and.
They're 6 and 8. They have a good shot at 8 and 8 because they have Tampa Bay at home. Tampa Bay is not very good.
And then Seattle is
They
going
go
to be.
to Seattle,
that
but who
game
knows
might not
if
mean anything.
Yeah, Seattle might not play anybody.
Right. But so, I mean, they're 7 and 9, 8 and 8, 9 and 7. They're all right there. I mean, there's, 90% of the NFL teams are all kind of right there. They should have beat Seattle earlier. They should have lost to this one. I mean, the quarterback's out. They got a decent backup quarterback. I mean, they're they've shown some life. Stacy runs well. I think Robert Quinn is probably an elite.
Wow. I mean,
lineman.
that guy's unbelievable.
Outside of that, it's a decent team. But
Listen, I think people just get upset is because you're talking. There's always that glimpse. Like you're always talking about glimpses, but yet you're never having the win a year, never
I
having
understand
the
that,
playoffs.
but in the NFL, every game's close, right? Every game comes down to the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Does the guy go in? Is the guy inbounds, out of bounds? Right? To the ball? I mean, it's the NFL. It's just sort of everyone's designed to be 8 and 8.
Well, I mean, sure. But there are teams out there that put up winning records, and the Rams simply haven't done it for 10 years.
I understand that.
I think the Raiders have a longer streak. Raiders like 11 years.
Outside of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Right. Every other team has ups and downs. I mean, look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look at.
But I think.
Look at the New York Giants.
Clearly, the fans that say they're going to the Super Bowl. First off, that can't even happen. Second off,
well, you know what I mean.
Just going crazy over victory. It's exciting. Yes, great. It was a great win. But the same token, I think there's more fans of the other side of things that actually almost get upset after that win. You're like, see, this is what the Rams show us, but yet they can't do it consistently. And Robert Quinn talked about that after the game. If we can do this against the Saints offense, why are we not doing this consistently on a game-to-game basis? And that's where the improvement needs to come.
NFL teams play better at home than they do on the road.
No, I mean, there's no doubt. I just think that fans are getting kind of, a little tired, and rightfully so, of saying, man, look at the glimpse. We're looking to the future. Well, pretty soon you're going to be the Chicago Cubs. You keep saying that.
My biggest problem with an NFL game is getting into the stadium.
It's a pain in the butt.
It's
a hassle.
The worst. They just make it. Now they've got this deal. Yesterday. Now they got a deal where, the clear bag.
Yes.
So you have to have the clear bag. So now to tell people you need a clear bag, they have people standing up on ladders outside, saying,
yelling at you.
Yelling, not just saying, oh, by the way, don't forget, they're screaming at you.
Yeah.
You need your bag. You need your bag. It's like, and then you have to wait on line. We'll come back. I got a break. I got issues. We'll come back. 7:22 KTRS.